does it say?
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of a Barometz before. Interesting.
There's a
I wonder what
dungeon wiki for it.
Yeah, I wonder what like mythology it comes from.
The vegetable lamb of Tartary is a legendary zoophyte of Central Asia, once believed to grow sheep as its fruit.
Interesting.
It was believed that sheep were connected to the plant by an umbilical cord and grazed the land around the plant. When all accessible foliage was gone, both the plant and the sheep died. And they have it imaged like that.
Interesting.
So that's a Central Asia-like mythos, the vegetable lamb of Tartary.
And it tastes like crab. So I guess like eating monsters, like people just find it, like I say, they find it gross just because they consider it like unclean. So it's kind of like people eating rats, I guess, right? Like it's a creature, but people like generally think of rats and they think of unclean, so they are gonna be like, ugh, not rat, you know.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of animals that like, in general, people are like, hey, would you eat a, you know, if you just say, hey, we're gonna eat scorpion, a lot of people be like, what? It's
or like,
not, but kosher,
horse.
I think is a thing too, right? Where it's like this isn't kosher, so they don't eat what is it, like pig and stuff like that.
I feel like horse is closer to like a dog or a cat, where we consider it more of a companion animal than a foodstuff. I wouldn't consider it unclean, but I also wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, would you eat dogs and cats? I think a lot of people wouldn't do that either, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think it also depends on how damn
around the
hungry
world
are you,
do.
you know? Like,
Sure.
are you hungry enough that you would eat a dog? I think I'd eat lots of shit if I was like, I am hungry and I'm going to die. I need food. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
That rat's going to start looking real good.
Yeah, especially in like survival situations or out in the wilderness or something.
Yeah. If I'm living on an island, whatever I can fucking find, I'm probably going to eat, you know?
I mean, that was our way of life for millions and millions of years.
Now we get to pick what we want to eat versus what we can get to eat.
Yeah.
Now we get to choose the things that we like to eat.
Yeah.
Choosing beggars.
I mean, if I'm eating a bat, you know, or whatever it is, like there's some things that I'm like, I'm not going to throw that on my plate at the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
But in a post-apocalyptic world,
well, I mean,
you know,
to that
fucking
point,
Eric starts looking real good. We get desperate.
In what context?
What? What do you mean?
I mean, it's going to be the most bang for your buck, you know, in terms of murder / cannibalism, because you know, fat's the most calorie rich.
Yeah, I will go.
But I also survive longer. I'll be stronger longer than you will. So once you get desperate enough, I'll be slightly stronger than you because I still have some reserve.
Maybe, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just get you in your sleep.
We're gonna cut off your leg, and then
I know what you can sleep.
We'll cut off your leg
on the second day.
and we'll
I would be that desperate.
and then we cut off your leg and we'll share it with you.
Yeah. That's not how it works.
We'll do you the favor of letting you eat some too.
You know, the first bite, man.
Yeah. We'll cauterize you.
Start eating my arm, trying to survive.
If you're gonna eat me, make sure you're like, don't eat just the fat. Like you gotta mix it with other pieces of protein, or like you're gonna be left with meat that you're not able to process as well. Like make sure you keep all that fat to mix with other foods.
I'm gonna make soap.
Don't make soap.
I'm making soap.
You don't need soap.
Okay.
You don't need to be clean.
I'm not gonna
I need
eat
to be
soap.
clean
Why do you need to be clean?
I need to wash my hands to eat the meat.
Gotta wash you too.
I can't get diseases. I haven't eaten Eric.
This bit has sand.
I love that they made a sauna. I thought that was really cool.
That was cool.
It's a good way to warm up, but then your clothes are like moist and humid when you go back out, and then you're like frost coming off you and everything.
I suppose so, yeah.
What? How do you say her name? Is it Sumi?
Izutsumi.
Izutsumi?
I think it's Izutsumi.
I thought it was Is It Sumi?
Is it Sumi?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't find her the most entertaining this episode,
Well, sure.
but I don't think I'm necessarily supposed to.
I think it's gonna be a lot of like character growth and like
They have to become part of the party.
yeah,
versus,
like they're traveling with the party, but they're not a member of the party yet.
Sure.
Right? Like, sure they're getting the benefits of being with the party and everything like that, but they're not really investing.
Yeah.
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we have to get them
that's gonna
trusting,
yeah.
not thinking that we're trying. Like, why in the world is Chochuk trying to get them to die at the ice golem? You know, like, what benefit does he get from like lying to them and being like, "You have to, you're dead"?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, like, there seems to be some biases, some wants that that's what they want. I want this. I'm not going to do the things I don't want. that way looks hard.
Yeah.
So I'm going this way. Yeah, but you said you smelled the campfire that way.
Yeah,
Yep,
well,
but I'm
sometimes you
going
gotta-
this way.
Yeah,
Like, that doesn't make sense. So I think it's definitely a learning thing they need to do.
I guess so. Yeah,
So I'll be curious to see. But the agility,
the agility's awesome.
Definitely
better
very
than
helpful.
anyone else that we've seen, I think, too. Fighting something real big, like if we have to go against Fallon, like they're really big too.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah.
So that might be really helpful to have. And then you kind of get that, rogue ninja. You get both with Chochuk and Izutsumi, where they probably can do similar things, but also a little different.
Yeah.
And one's going to be a better fighter, where the other one doesn't seem to be a better
I was
fighter.
trying to think of like what Izutsumi's class would be. Like
I'd say
I figured
ninja.
Chochuk is a rogue, but
I think just straight rogue,
okay.
but kind of like that rogue
But
thief.
so
kind of
D&D
like
has does D&D have a
category.
ninja class?
I mean, so you might take them both in rogue, but like they branch differently, perhaps.
They have a different subclass.
Sure.
Kind of like when you pick like your, I don't know, pick a.
Well, you can be like a thief or an assassin rogue.
Yeah.
Like those are two
And I know
different
there's
subclasses.
I know there's a
Yeah.
bunch of subclasses like pirate and in the
Sure.
rogue class.
It's like
and
picking
stuff.
your Baldur's Gate, but then you get to
Yeah.
kind of specialize into things. Like
Sure.
Rangers, like some of them get like pets and companions
Yeah.
and stuff, and other ones don't. They're more about like just how
Like
the
I
arrows shoot.
figure that a ninja maxes out their dexterity, has sleight of hand, and all that stuff.
But they might both be kind of based in rogue.
Yeah.
But I've also seen like ninja classes, like things have happened like that
Gotcha.
where they have
Yeah.
those. Like you might have fighter back in the day where like fighter is kind of like just a basic class thing, but it might really split off to where like some fighter stuff could be a little bit more of like a pirate or
Yeah.
something where it's more rapier and thrusting and stuff and almost roguish. But you might also go a little bit more towards like almost barbarian side where it's a lot heavier,
Sure.
Yeah.
weapons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And,
Two-handed weapons and
yeah,
heavy
you can do,
armor.
or like
and-
paladin knight
You
kind
can
of stuff.
be
Like
a
they can kind
dashing,
of
yeah.
fluctuate.
like an eldritch knight, and you can do some magic stuff.
Yeah, a spell sword kind of thing. Yeah, like so. There's some different things like that depending on what you're doing.
And you
But-
can also, like, if you have some kind of, like, character that you have in mind, you can kind of, like, change it to be what you want to. Like,
Yeah.
it would probably be, like, a fighter that you would morph into, like, a samurai character, you know?
Yeah, you can make a samurai out of a fighter. That'd be cool.
So, it,
But
you
I
know,
think both would kind of be based on like the rogue category, but one's going a little bit more probably like attack and agility, and probably both have high dexterity.
Yeah.
But they're in different, not professions, but specialties.
Sure.
specializations, yeah. I've also seen people use a monk class to change into, like, a stealthy kind of ninja.
Yeah, I've seen
Character.
at the very least in Baldur's Gate when I've played around with the monk stuff. Like Shadow Monk is awesome because you can like teleport to a shadowy place.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell yeah, that's so
pretty
cool.
That's here is like I was like, what's the best class to be a ninja character? And someone's like, shadow monks are pretty underrated.
Shadow Monk, yeah, I would imagine Shadow Monk with maybe
They
a
have the hand-to-hand.
like a versatile weapon that you don't have to rely on strength stat as much. I
Yeah.
don't know, or a finesse. I don't know what they call it, versatile or finesse.
Yeah.
Versatile you can use as two-handed or one-handed.
Or one-handed, yeah. Finesse uses your dex stat versus your
It can. It
can
can use
whatever
either
whatever's
one.
higher. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. I mean, my favorite part. I love seeing her in the intro. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Unexpected, but I did like them keeping him away. Like, oh, please tell me the number of nipples.
And then the whole time,
blindfolded
Yeah.
the whole meal.
Yeah, I think he was just like I don't know, scientifically curious.
Yeah, his curiosity.
That was funny.
It's a little much sometimes.
I feel like I would
I
be.
love though, like that's kind of like the research side of like I just want to know about all animals and all creatures and like what can we benefit from knowing these kind of
Yeah,
things. You know?
sure.
If we find a man beast, can we eat it?
Right?
I don't know. Like, and is that wrong?
Probably.
I don't know. I mean, they would say a lot of things are wrong to eat, but
Sure. But they also eat a lot of things that I wouldn't be my first choice.
you would eat. Well, yeah, but like you said, in a dungeon, you can't be picky.
Sure.
You were gonna eat me. I was gonna eat you in the beginning.
Guys, thank you so much for watching Delicious in Dungeon with us. We got the narrator back, and that was really cool. What's going to happen next time, we don't know yet, but you can subscribe and find out with us. We'll be back next week with it, so subscribe so you don't miss out. But if you want to see more right now, you can check out Early Access at blindwave.com.
Delicious in Dungeon.